Welcome back guys to the channel, and what I have here for this review today is another Ingersoll, the second Ingersoll that I've had on the channel. This model is named the Cimarron, and the model number is IN6907RBK, BK for the black dial as well as the black leather, and R for the rose gold tone that you see here on the case, as well as the deployment buckle. Now the MSRP for this particular model is around 840 Australian dollars. I don't know what the US MSRP is, but you can get this for just over 500 USD on Amazon right now. And I'll put links to some of the references down the bottom. This particular model features the Ingersoll Calibre 733. So again, this would be the Chinese movement almost certainly, and beating at 21,600 beats per minute. It features actually quite a high jewel count, and I'll just see if we can capture that on the rotor there. If you can see that, it does say it's 35 jewels, which is higher than most movements that I've seen, at least most movements, any movement I've featured on this channel. Fairly low power reserve rated at 30 hours, but it does implement it fairly well on this black textured dial that you can see there. You know, there is some texturing in the center portion of the dial. It's got day, date, month, day and month on the sub dials at 9 and 3 o'clock, and it's got an open heart obviously at the 6 o'clock position. There's applied rose gold tone markers in the hour positions with 12, 3, 6, 9, or 6 is partly cut off there. And it's got minute markings on the flange. If I can, I guess, zoom in a bit, you can see the minute markings on the flange on the outside of the dial within the watch face there. So what we have here in the casing is 316L steel, as usual for Ingersoll, in a rose gold tone. Obviously it's not solid gold, it's a gold tone. It's rated, or it's measured at least at 45 millimeters by the manufacturer, and that's quite accurate. But I can tell you, if you can see that edge there on either side of the case, if you measure that edge to edge, it's actually closer to 46 millimeters if you consider that bit. 15 millimeters thick, so you know it's a fairly decent piece. Amazon lists this at 10 millimeters. I think that's you know, even at an eyeball you can tell that that's immediately wrong. And I don't know what it is with Amazon and their the measurements of the thickness. They're often wrong, and it's quite irritating. I mean, you don't need often to be told what the diameter is, because the manufacturer will tell you, but manufacturers don't often tell you thickness, and Amazon tries to list the thickness on their specifications, and it's just often useless if it's inaccurate. So sorry, that's just a bit of a rant of Amazon specs. Now 30 meter splash resistance, really, as with other Ingersolls that I've done, and mineral crystal on the back and the front, unlike the previous model which I reviewed. Sorry, this is actually the third Ingersoll, not the second. The band is presented in black calfskin leather, 23 millimeters near the case and tapering down to 20 millimeters at the side. Butterfly deployment class in rose gold tone here. So what do I like about this watch? Well, I think the look again has that classic Ingersoll look. I think they really do have some of their own style there, and the clasp I think is very comfortable. But I think the things that I didn't like about it is that one thing is, I think the brand is really quite overstated. So Ingersoll at the top, Ingersoll on the face, on the side, on the back, on the rotor, on the band there, and then again on the buckle. You know, I think if I didn't know better, I think there's a bit of insecurity here about whether people will recognize this brand. So I think that's a little bit over the top, I think 6 times. Again, the movement is subpar, 30 hours, manual month adjustment. Sorry, it's this one. And the date is a little bit odd. I think they put this as a date adjustment, and I think you can easily throw off the date because that's the date adjustment, and you need a pin on that pusher there to actually adjust the day, which I think that's just a little bit of an odd choice. I think maybe that for the date would be more sensible, because if you get that wrong, you got to go through 30 pushes to get it back to the correct date. I think the band is a bit disproportionate. You know, it's a bit too thin. The width is okay, at least at the case, but that's a little bit thin. I think this other Ingersoll that I reviewed earlier, with that more substantial band, I think a thicker snout like that would be more suitable to this particular watch. And lastly, of course, it's again not suitable for absolute everyday wear, because again it's leather, it's 30-meter splash resistant, so you wouldn't take this into a shower, both for the resistance as well as the leather. So there you have it. That's the Ingersoll Cimarron model. I hope that's been another insightful look. Thank you again, guys, for watching. As always, remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next time.